During the coronavirus self-isolation period, many of us are stuck at home and we still want to learn to dance. So I'm here today to give you some tips and tricks you can work on in your living room, alone, in a small space, on carpet, to continue improving your dancing. So today, the figure that we're going to focus on is a back whisk in Bronze International Style Waltz. Okay, this is usable socially and competitively. Number of ways we can get into it. My personal favorite, in my opinion, it looks the best and it's the easiest to lead and follow, is going from a back lock. So that's what I'll show today. And afterwards, the easiest exit to lead socially, in my opinion, is a chassé from promenade. If I were competing in silver or gold, I would recommend doing a weave from promenade instead, since that step has a little bit better swing, but that is a little more advanced and harder to lead, so maybe not do that one socially unless you are familiar with your partner and their skill level. So let's get started. Our back whisk looks like this for man. We're going backing down, line of dance, backing, line of dance. And we can scoot a little farther away so you can make sure to see my feet. We're going to go back on the left toe. Small back inside. On the right toe, hook behind. On the left toe, and the next step will go out forward on a heel. Whatever you do next, you know that's going to come forward and promenade on that inside heel. Okay? Timing is super simple, and I'll show that from a couple of different angles. We're backing line of dance. I know it's a little cattywampus because the wall's there, but I just want to show from some different angles. So we're going back, small step between her legs, that's a toe, hook behind on a toe, and out. Okay? And we'll show this way. 1, 2, 3, and out. On a 4 or a 1. So leads, a couple common mistakes I see. I just love to nip those in the bud and work on those if we can. First of all, the lead step too big. You're inside of the turn. The lady has to go all the way around you. So my suggestion is to step eensy-weensy on all 3 of those steps. So not 1, 2, 3, especially that hook. The leads tend to do too big. Very uncomfortable for your girl. You end up having to arm her. Instead, tiny, tiny, tiny. That hook behind is a tight hook, not a big giant hook. Okay? I'll show that from another angle, hopefully correct this time, with small steps for the lead. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay? Leads, another suggestion I have is not help with this arm. I feel a lot of this dancing in town and danced all over the country. This is a super common mistake. And you help her backwards. I don't want any help from this arm. I want to pretend like I'm a Greek statue with the top line leads. So this never budges. Okay, these joints are pretty solid for lead. I have a little more flex as lady, but not so much as lead. So I want to make sure the lead comes from the body. So I have a strong left side lead. I turn the arms there with the body rather than my elbows, rather than my shoulder joints. So turn the body, strong left side lead. This is outside of partner. This is turning to lead to promenade, so I'm going to make sure to step between her toes, still left side lead. And when I turn to promenade, even stronger left side lead in promenade. My next suggestion, leads, is to lead this at the end of a wall into a corner. That way you get to lead less rotation, makes it a little easier to follow. It's a little trick. So instead of doing it mid-wall and having to crank, 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 you can do it at the end of your wall. Pretend I'm in a corner here. And I turn to promenade. Just makes it a lot easier to lead and follow. Okay? Final request leads. Make sure your head is left of your butt at the end of that in promenade. So I see a lot of this, and it results in you doing a flat, which is confusing footwork to her. And head is too far right. And when I feel flats, it's a stopping action. The only dance I really get flats in is tango. In waltz, I'm either going to do a heel looks like this, or a toe looks like this. Okay? So, 1, 2, keep the head left of the butt. Do you see it? Not right, left. Okay? Okay, let's move on to some helpful tips for ladies. So when I'm following this, ladies, I'm making an informed decision. I don't make him micromanage every step. When I go forward outside a partner and he hooks the foot, I know, oh, it's going to be a back whisk. I know what to do. So it's a rotational figure, which means I'm going to drive it pretty hard and big. Whenever I receive a lead in a rotational figure as lady, I always overgun it. I power really hard. He can stop me super easy. I don't want to undercook it and underpower. Then he has to lug me there and he'll start arming me around. It makes me feel heavy in his arms, and it makes me feel uncomfortable because now he's shoving me around rather than give me a good lead underneath my body. So I'm going to go for it. So my footwork as lady will be heel on my right foot, toe on my left foot, and squeeze behind. This is a toe on my right foot. When I'm in promenade position, oh, make sure we don't want to hook big either. That's going to make you fall back. We're going to always hook tight. Any of these whisks, especially the basic whisk or the back whisk, going to hook tight, 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 tight. So I'm in promenade position, and whatever we do next could be a chassé, could be a weave from promenade. I know it's going to come out with the inside heel. Okay, so it's going to be heel into whatever's next. Okay, I'm going to show that from a couple different lady angles. So, for lady, heel, toe, toe. Okay. For lady, heel, toe. For behind, toe. Okay. And we'll do lady this way. Heel. This is a toe. This is a toe. Okay, I'll show a little farther away so you can see the top line clearly. For lady, 1, 2, 3, and we come out in 4 into we promenade chassé there. And for lady, 1, 2. Ladies, make sure to keep your head left of your butt here. I see a lot of this. It makes you very heavy. So keep your head into the wind. And then on 3, keep your head left. I see a lot of this as well. So forward, my head's back in the wind, and then my head's too far forward in promenade position. Whenever I'm in promenade, whether it's a whisk or any promenade position, ladies, in this case I'll show whisk because that's our figure today. My head, you can see this, it's left. It's not right, it's left, okay? Stretch it super left. I want you to feel like you're 10 miles that way. That'll help feed your knees underneath of him so he feels that you're not heavy in his arm and that you're ready to go with him. If you're practicing and your partner complains, oh, I don't feel like she's with me, it's probably that your head is too far right, and when the head is right, it pulls the hips away from him. When it's left, you can give him a little shove with that front leg. My left knee's pushing behind his back knee, and he'll feel really confident coming out of there, okay? And ladies, this is a rotational figure, so I'm gonna power this super big. I have a left side lead. I'm maintaining parallel shoulders. Now I have a strong right side lead, so my right side is forward in promenade position. See that? I'll show from a different angle, super important. So I'm always trying to maintain parallel shoulders. If he doesn't give me enough rotation, usually as lady, I'm more flexible than him, so I'll give him an even stronger right side lead to compensate for his lack of flexibility. I'm sure he's doing his best. Men are just built a little naturally less flexible than we are, but that will come with time and practice. early on in your dancing, you might want to help him a little bit by giving him extra stretch right. Okay, it'll look prettier too. Okay, so for lady, 1, 2, 3. Make sure your head is left here. Make sure we're on 2 tippy toes. We've got bent knees into him. Also, ladies in promenade, every time we promenade, stretch that back elbow super, 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 super high, and the head is super left. And we come out. Okay? So those are some tips for what we can do to easily improve our back whisk, and you can work on that at home or just sit up and watch. I'm fine with that too. I'm so happy you joined me today, and I can't wait to dance with you soon. If you like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.